What if your entire business worked off of a system of recipes? Hey, it's Scott Beebe, the host of the Business on Purpose podcast, here to liberate you from the chaos of working your business. I was reading a book recently, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. All day today, I have kind of a unique situation twice a month where I've got two different clients that I actually spend the majority of the day with them. They're the only two clients I do that with just because of the uniqueness of their business in contrast to the other heroic small business owners that I get to spend time with geographically, where they're at, etc. And today was a little bit different. We actually got nothing accomplished from a overt vision, mission, value, systems, process standpoint. But I sat in on every meeting that they had throughout the operation of their day. And the observational ingestion that I was able to have throughout the day was really, really profound, because I got to watch the heartbeat of this heroic small business owner's day, the conversation, the struggles, the ins and outs, the phone calls, the last minute fires that they had to put out. I got to see the entire day and the full scope of that day, and it was really, really helpful. One particular client meeting they had is they were going for a particular project and trying to land a new job, and the prospective client basically kind of fed them a softball and laid out on a platter a couple of principled items that they were really looking for. One was a clear process before the contract was written. In other words, this client has not yet got the job. They're not going to make any money as far as they know right now. But the prospective client wanted them to roll out a package that was very clear, was very focused, and quite frankly would take them a lot of time, and potentially have to hire subcontractors just to draw out some of the specs that they were going to need. So they could have been in the hole. They were definitely going to be in the hole man-hour monies, but they actually could have been in the hole with subcontractor money as well, real money, both ways. And so the prospective client laid that up as a bit of a softball for them, and essentially what it laid out to be was, we want to see a very clear process. Now let me go back to what I started this out with. Recently read a great book, Ray Dalio's Principles. I've mentioned it here a couple of times on the podcast. And if you've not read the book, I highly recommend it. I do want to warn you, it is a very lengthy treatise. It's a very thoughtful book, and I really love Ray Dalio's mindset as he's writing the book. I think it's a very thoughtfully written book. I think it's a very others-centric kind of book. I think it's a book that is meant to serve heroic small business owners and leaders in general with very pragmatic items. Well, in the book, and also I've heard some interviews, he uses this word recipe, and he uses it very casually. And I like the way that he uses it. It got me to thinking about the idea of systems and processes embedded within the context of your business and my business. And as I was sitting here driving in the car right now, I got to thinking about the idea of a recipe. Well, what makes a recipe work? Well, what makes the recipe work, obviously, is you got to have the desire to want to see the ingredients go together and fully bake out the concoction of the ingredients in the right order. And then when you do that, you've got something that you can enjoy. And so a recipe requires ingredients. A recipe requires methodical approach to the mixing of those ingredients. A recipe might require a certain handling of those ingredients. And then once those ingredients are concocted, once they're compounded, then there is a maturation of those ingredients, either by cooking, by sitting within an acid bath, whatever it might be, that the actual duration of the preparation goes about. So there's a coming to life of the actual end product. So you've got the ingredients, you've got the mixing of those ingredients, you've got the handling of those ingredients, you've got the drawing out of those ingredients, and then you've got the ultimate preparation of those ingredients into something that's fully baked, fully cooked, fully prepared, so that we can enjoy the product that's been produced. So why wouldn't we look at our business the same way. Our business as a collection of recipes. Let's take a construction contractor, for instance. You've got the pre-construction recipe, the construction recipe, the post-construction recipe. You've got the administration recipe. Now, we call them systems. But what if we began to look at those as a series of recipes? To where you start to think, what are the individual ingredients? How do I handle those ingredients? How do I mix those ingredients appropriately? And then how do I cook those ingredients so that there's a final preparation? Of course, we got to start with vision, right? You don't know it's going to be a cookie until you lay out, hey, I want a cookie. And then you retro-engineer from there, and then it comes out as a cookie, or hopefully something looks something resembling a cookie. MyBusinessOnPurpose.com/vision will help you lay out, do I want a cookie? Do I want a mountain? Do I want an automobile? Do I want a sun? Do I want a tree? What do I want? And you begin to envision that from there. The flip side is if you don't have vision, you'll just scatter and you'll begin throwing a variety of ingredients together that are very haphazard, have no end game in